Hey y'all, I was looking over some stuff in the new Bible and I found something really cool in the Apocrypha verses, so I thought we could go ahead and go over it even though nobody asked for it. So if you're new here, my name's Sandra. I love old books. This is my newest book. This is a Bible from 1822. You can see how thick it is, and it has the Apocrypha verses, which is a whole section that has been removed, and I'm pretty sure that the Catholics actually banned it in the 1800s at some point. Okay, so this is the history of the destruction of Bel and the dragons, cut off from the end of Daniel. Now, why do you think it talks about dragons? Do you really think that it was because people were bored and they just wanted to make sure that the Bible was interesting enough to keep their attention? Absolutely not. Okay, and King Astyages was gathered to his fathers, and Cyrus of Persia received his kingdom. And Daniel conversed with the king and was honored above all his friends. Now the Babylonians had an idol called Bel, and there were spent upon him every day 12 measures of fine flour and 40 sheep and 6 vessels of wine. And the king worshipped it and went daily to adore it. But Daniel worshipped his own God. And the king said unto him, Why dost not thou worship Bel? Who answered and said, Because I may not worship idols made with hands, but the living God, who hath created the heaven and the earth, and hath sovereignty over all flesh. Then said the king unto him, Thinkest thou not that Bel is a living God? Seest thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? Then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, for this is but clay within and brass without, and did never eat nor drink anything. So the king was wroth, and called for his priest, and said unto them, If ye tell me not who is that devoureth these expenses, ye shall die. But if ye can certify me that Bel devoureth them, then Daniel shall die, for he hath spoken blasphemy against Bel. And Daniel said unto the king, Let it be according to thy word. Now the priests of Bel were 70, besides their wives and children. And the king went with Daniel into the temple of Bel. So Bel's priests said, Lo, we go out. But thou, O king, set on the meat, and make ready the wine, and shut the door fast, and seal it with thy own signet. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Bel hath eaten up all, we will suffer death, or else Daniel that speaketh falsely against us. And they little regarded it, for under the table they had made a privy entrance, whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Bel. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those they strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out, and shut the door, and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. Now in the night came the priest, with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink up all. Sorry, I know that sounded weird. In the morning betimes the king arose, and Daniel with him. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, Yea, O king, they be whole. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, Great art thou, O Bel, and with thee is no deceit at all. Then laughed Daniel and held the king that he should not go in, and said, Behold now the pavement, and mark well whose footsteps are these. And the king said, I see footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry, and took the priest with their wives and children, who shewed him the privy doors where they came in, and consumed such things as were upon the table. Therefore the king slew them, and delivered Bel into Daniel's power, who destroyed him and his temple. And in that same place there was a great dragon, which they of Babylon worshipped. And the king said unto Daniel, Wilt thou also say that this is of brass? Lo, he liveth, he eateth and drinketh. Thou cannot say that he is not living God. That he is no living God, therefore worship him. Then said Daniel unto the king, I will worship the Lord my God, for he is the living God. Lord, like Baal, that it's literally Lord. So I don't understand, if Baal or Baal is so evil, then why would you also call God the exact same thing? You wouldn't. If you don't know, I don't think that this is real at all, or it wasn't from God at all. I absolutely believe in God. I have an amazing relationship with him. But everything in the Bible is incredibly contradictory. I think that it was written by the Blues as a way to control people. Sorry, I digress. But give me leave, O king, and I shall slay this dragon without sword or staff. The king said, I give thee leave. Then Daniel took pitch and fat and hair, and did seeth them together, and made lumps thereof. This he put in the dragon's mouth, and so the dragon burst in sunder. And Daniel said, Lo, these are the gods ye worship? When the of Babylon heard that, they took great indignation and conspired against the king, saying, The king is become a Jew, and he hath destroyed Bel. He hath slain the dragon and put the priest to death. So they came to the king and said, Deliver us, Daniel, or else we will destroy thee and thine house. Now when the king saw that they pressed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days. And in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which then were not given to them, to the intent they might devour Daniel. Now, where did these carcasses come from? Now, there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk, fitting, who had made pottage, and had broken bread in a bowl, and was going into the field for to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, Go, carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown, and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which God hath sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O God, neither hadst thou forsaken me, then seek thee and love thee. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord sent Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. Upon the 7th day the king went to bewail Daniel, and when he came to the den, he looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. Then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, Great art thou, O Lord God of Daniel, and there is none other besides thee. And he drew him out and cast those that were the cause of his destruction into the den, and they were devoured in a moment before his face. Okay, so either way, even if the people lied and worshipped Bel, right? Their crime at that point was eating food that these people thought that they were sacrificing to some god. And this is, again, priests, women, and children. Honestly, I don't care if the adults are bad, but there's kids there, right? And he's just going to kill them all because they lied and ate food that they said was for some make-believe idol. And Daniel had to have known that the king would kill them when he proved it to him. So why are they're all just okay with killing kids, kind of like someone in today's time? And there's very obviously dragons, and they worshiped them as gods. So again, there's a picture in here, I have to find it, but there's a literal picture with a guy, and he's got a dragon with a collar and a leash. There we go, I found it. And on the page is a statement of the standing and condition of the Buxton and Hollis Savings Bank in West Buxton, as of March 5th, 1886. It's just, I think it's so crazy that somebody who was alive in 1886 held this and put this into this Bible for some reason. But look at this. Okay, well, I was going to show you that way, but the dragon chained. So it's got a dragon on a leash with a collar in his hand, what looks like a key. Okay, and do you see this? There's a door behind him, but the door's not standing up. It's like if you're entering the depths of you know what, and look, all the flames coming out. Crazy. Anyway, sorry, I know that was a long video.